Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's the I guess we'll call it the Outpost 29 sequence from Starship Troopers, where
Oh,
All right,
basically
all right.
cool,
basically, they're
cool.
at an outpost.
Hmm.
The only person who's alive is the general. He's freaking out. It's Marshall Bell as the general,
Hmm.
and basically the whole outpost comes under attack from the bugs, and
The
it's
bug
just
swarm.
it's an awesome battle sequence right there. I know I'm going to sound like an old man yelling at clouds, but why does the CGI in that sequence looks so much better than any CGI today? I don't understand it. I think it just looks incredible, and there is just so much mayhem going on in that sequence. And so, yeah, I'm definitely taking that for my big battle.
Mm.
Yeah, the CGI there has a texture to it that more
Yeah,
advanced CGI seems to lack,
I
and the
don't get
creatures
it.
move like they have actual weight. They don't have the
Yes,
floatiness that you get from one of.
I mean
Well, I
those
mean, I
damn
think we've.
bugs look real. I
Yeah,
don't know
Yeah,
what the hell it
and they're
is.
juicy. They explode with so much
Yes.
goo.
Ah,
I think we've learned at
man.
this point that it's not the age of the CGI or how old the movie is. It's how the director uses it, the amount of
Yeah.
trust and responsibility he places on the VFX team. If you don't modulate that correctly, I mean, it's the difference between the original Jurassic Park and a Mummy sequel. Like it's
Mm.
they're roughly the same era, but they're light years apart. And Starship Troopers absolutely falls on the right side of that because Paul Verhoeven is a genius. He does really really good films and apparently knows how to use CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just so much moments there. There's where Michael Ironside gets his torso basically ripped apart, and he's
Yeah.
telling Johnny Rico to kill him, and Rico does that. Then you have the great moment where the Dina Meyer character, where Dina Meyer throws a grenade and blows up one of the big bugs. And then she just turns around and she gets killed. I mean, there's just so many crazy parts in that sequence.
I that's an incredible scene. And
Yeah.
I think if you talk about Starship Troopers nowadays, you talk about the incredible subversive satire of
Right.
fascism that it is, and that is a scene that works perfectly without that at all. Like it, I mean, it's sort of implicit in every scene in the film, but like that, it's not the point of that scene. That scene is purely action. That is that is a big set piece finale with bugs
Yes.
attacking soldiers. I mean, it has
No, and I might say that it's so effective as an action sequence that it almost like delayed the people like catching up to the satire by years.
it could be, yeah.
That if that wasn't so effective, that one sequence wasn't so effective, then I think you might have had people looking around at how goofy the rest of this was a little more. But it works as such a straight faced action sequence that you're always like, well, see, it's just an action movie, and all the other stuff is just people kind of fucking up action movie stuff, as opposed to intentionally fucking with action movie stuff.
Yeah.
It
for sure.
does have that. It has a button though that I think brings you back around to reminding you what film you're watching, which is Dina Meyer's death, where they get her onto the drop ship. She's been stabbed by bug mandibles, and she's just like, "No, Diz," and he's like, "It's okay, Johnny, 'cause I got to have you," and dies. I think it reminds you. It reminds you how silly the thing is in a great way, and God, she's great in that movie. Good,
She
good
is.
Dina Meyer. That's like
She
career
really- yeah,
role
she
for her.
really is.
Gotta be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to talk about playing these scenes in video games? Every video game that has come out since Starship Troopers has a Starship Troopers level. That anything that is sci-fi militaristic oriented, you've got the one level where it's just all right, we're surrounded, the bugs are coming, and hold out until the timer runs out.
I at least 80% of Halo is just that scene. it's yeah. I think that's probably an unsung inspiration for quite a few things, especially in video games. It's great. Great choice.
I think I remember the original StarCraft had a mission that was basically just that I think was very explicit about the influence of, probably called it Outpost 51 or something, but also that's like the one mission I remember from original Flavor StarCraft from 30 years ago. It was the best one.
Yeah. Good pick.